afternoon. Today we are with two people from WLIO. Jeff, we'll start with you, let you introduce yourself and tell us what you do, and then on with Jesse.
I'm Jeff Fitzgerald, Lima born and raised. I've been here all my life. In fact, my one and only job is WLIO, your hometown stations. I've been there my entire career. I'm in my 34th year. I am now progressed from being a reporter anchor to news director. So I've been news director since May of 2013, and that switched me a little bit from taking care of myself and doing what I needed to do for 28 years on a daily basis to now the past 5. I oversee a department of 21 people.
Very good. Jesse?
I'm Jesse Maag. I'm from Columbus Grove, so I'm from the area here also, and I'm the chief meteorologist at WLIO here. I don't have quite the resume put together here as Jeff. I've been here for almost 2 years, about 1.5 or so, and I went to Ohio State and kind of got my degree there, and I think we'll talk about all the details with that coming up here in just a little bit, but no, I can't top the 30 and change years he has.
You know what, though? Isn't that awesome? You know, in today's world, we don't hear that longevity as much anymore, which is okay because that's the way it is. So as in your field, how many people do you have that have been there as long as you, Jeff?
Well, we've got 21 in the department. We seem to be lucky enough to we have about 5 seniors, if you will, in there that have been there, senior reporters, senior staff that have been there for a long time in the 28 to 34 year region. And then we have a lot of Jesse Mags, a lot of folks that have been there a year or two, just coming out of college, folks in the 22 to 28 range that come for a few years, and they may take their craft elsewhere, but we'd love to see them stay and hang around with us like we have for many years, understanding that this is my hometown, so that's been really easy for me. Family, friends, and everyone's here. But yeah, we try to get a hold of them and have them stay close by if we can.
That's wonderful. What made you decide to work at WLIO, Jesse?
Well, kind of a similar situation. I'm from Grove, so best case scenario would be to stay with family, and kind of in the job line that we're in, you kind of got to start here in a lower city, a smaller city. So I really got lucky. It was kind of a ticket draw that I got. I was able to stay with my family here at home for a while and still go to this job and kind of do what I love to do. So I got very lucky.
And today's a perfect day for you to do weather. It's as awful as what it was out there earlier, right?
Yes. Yeah, today's a lot better than yesterday.
There you go.
There you go. Day of taping that we're doing today, we're 2 days into spring, but there's snow on the ground. So yeah, keeps these guys busy.
And is that for you really exciting when we get different kinds of weather than the norm?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It breaks up the monotony. You get all this fun changes here. I mean, it's Ohio. Everybody's kind of used to this up and down kind of thing. So yeah, it definitely keeps you on your toes. It's not like California where it's sunny every day.
Absolutely.
So, and these forecasts, especially this one here, changed very, very fast. So
very good.
It's a lot of fun.
As is the case with his department, the weather changes every day. What's exciting about being in the news department is the news is different every day. We don't know what's going to happen day to day. We schedule some things and have some things planned out as best we can, but things change every day, which makes it exciting to come to work and find something new to do each day.
Never a dull moment.
Right.
So with that being said, if you have, what would be the perfect skill sets to have to enter into the fields that both of you have? So we'll start with you, Jesse.
Well, for me, I studied atmospheric science at OSU, so it's kind of in the name there. It's a lot of science. It's a lot of math. If you like calculus, this is a good route for you. But you also have to have kind of a personality too. So you take the verbal skills and the presentation, and you kind of couple it with math and sciences. So it's a little bit of a weird combination. You don't see that a lot. The sciences are usually kind of less social, I would say. So this is very interesting. I get to kind of show my personality and kind of, I guess you could say, shine in my own way while still loving science.
Very good.
Well, exactly why I'm not a meteorologist, because when you hear calculus, algebra, and math and those type of things, not my cup of tea. And when I'm looking with what I do what I did to get into the business, and now what I look for when I'm hiring someone, I'm looking for a bachelor's degree in communications / journalism, that type of thing, where they went to a school for 4 years and made this their major. And most of the colleges I'll hire from have a television department, where they do their practice television and their practice in writing, work with cameras and that type of thing. So that's the type of skill set where you don't want to be a shy person. You want to be outgoing and be able to communicate. I tell people, the kids, to take speech classes, that type of thing. Get up in front of groups, because when you get behind the camera, you're talking to a lot of people. So they may not be sitting in front of you, but you need to get past that fear and work on your communication skills.
What about behind the scenes? What kind of skill sets do you need for that? And do you need to go to college for those behind the scenes?
Yeah, they do. The WLIO, it's interesting because of the various departments. There's news, there's production, there's engineering, there's sales. Everybody, depending on your department, you have different skill sets. The salespeople, they may not have a college degree, but they've been in sales all their life. They just learned being out and selling. Our production and engineering people usually have a degree, but it's more in the technical end of the field. You know, the behind the scenes stuff I don't understand. They're really good with computers and IT and that type of thing. But yeah, various skill sets on the various departments, and when we post jobs, we let them know what skill sets we'd like to see in them, what degrees may be required, and that type of thing.
So I'm a high school student, and I think I want to do one of the jobs that you two have done in the past. Is there a way I can shadow you to get some experience to know if this is what I want to do? Jesse?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had a couple kids come in. They have those capstone projects that they work on. I've had a couple kids come in to kind of work towards that, kind of use that as an interview or whatever you'd like to say for that. But yeah, I would love actually to have people come in. I haven't had an intern yet, which is there's a kid from Grove that he's pretty smart, and I would like to get a hold of him to see if I could squeeze him in here. But that's Getty Davis. I don't know if you ever see him.
No.
He always gives me all the totals and everything from Grove, so I love that kid. So yeah, I would love to have an intern come into our place just to help me out and kind of help somebody that I wish that I had to help me.
So that's a great resume builder, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the internships are great, and in the 5 years I've been news director, just because of turnover in some other areas, I missed interns this past 2 years, but I've just hired an intern coming in for this summer. She's a University of Findlay student. Actually, on the news staff, we have two of our interns that turned into employees, Alexandria Chapin and Katie Hongingford, both Ohio State grads. Were interns first at WLIO, went back and finished school, and now they're back working for us. So that's worked out great. But yeah, and we have job shadows. Somebody, if the juniors, seniors in high school want to spend a day, you know, it's not a full internship, but it's amazing the feel they will get just by spending the day with a news crew, watching the news behind the scenes, what's happening, and even if it's a production or technical behind the scenes thing, what they can see from just a 1 day, 5-6 hour job shadow is incredible.
And you guys are all pretty fun there. I would assume it would be a neat day.
We straighten up. We make everybody straighten up, but we have a good day and let them learn some things.
It's
There
a
you
zoo.
go.
It's
That's okay. That's fun.
It's
It's who you are.
It's controlled chaos.
There you go. So if the students, I know we all know we're going to be short people. We already are short people in the workforce. Jeff, what made you want to stay in Lima, Ohio, and Jesse as a young professional? So we'll let you both answer that.
Well, mine was interesting. I mean, my mom and dad were here, of course. My dad, how this translated to me being in TV, I don't know, but it somehow worked out this way. He started in print media. My dad at one point was the city editor of the Lima News back in the 60s. I remember going to the newspaper down on High Street, the old location, and sitting with him on Saturdays and seeing the big rolls of paper, and he was a reporter and a writer. And again, how that translated into TV, it came to me in mid-high school where I said, doing that, I want to be a reporter. But I just switched from being print to television reporter. So, and I got my first job back here at WLIO in Lima, my hometown. My mom and dad said, you got to find a job, got to get to work. So I reached out to my mentor, George Dunster, and he gave me a job. I started as an intern. Started as an intern for 4 months before I was hired on, and 34 years later, I'm still here. It's my hometown. Again, I've known people. My parents knew people that helped me. I knew people, and it just worked out for me, and I ended up.
And we're lucky to have you.
Yeah,
Thank
after
goodness.
all of a sudden my 20s were over, and I'm like, I might as well stay forever.
How about you, Jesse?
Well, I guess I got to get out before my 20s.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
No, we'll keep you around for a long time.
Again, it's the family ties that makes it so great to be here. I'm so close to my whole family. And, I mean, you guys know from this area, your families usually kind of stay here for the most part. So it's great. Everybody's within a rock's throw, so I can see anybody whenever I want. But right now I have so many paths that are laid out in front of me. So I just kind of have to just ride the waves and make the best decision kind of going forward for myself right now.
And that's a great idea to give to students. So any other suggestions you may have for high school students as they're trying to choose their careers?
Just be committed to what you want to do. Pick what you want to do. I know they sometimes juggle their majors or switch their majors. Find something you really like, something you really want to do. Get good grades and study and learn everything you can. Find those internships, job shadow. we have a person at work, and I don't want to belittle her or belittle the college education, but she's told me when she came and interned with us for 4 months, she learned as much in 4 months as she did as 4 years in college. And I just was taken aback by that. Again, college is, you need to do that. College is wonderful, it's fantastic, but get an internship, get a feel for it, make sure that's really what you want to do.
I would say no one's going to do things for you. No one's going to take care of you. So if you have aspirations, you have to do it on your own, and you have to work really hard. It's kind of like you have athletes. You want to be working while everybody else is sleeping or resting in the off season. You always got to be grinding, and you got to work really hard if you want to get somewhere. So that's probably the biggest advice I would give to somebody.
What great advice. Thank you both for coming in, and good luck to you as you get your 34 years at WLIO. And thanks, Jeff, for hanging in there. Have a great day.
All right, thanks.